You know, it wasn't that long ago when people simply weren't, their minds weren't open to the possibility that we were convicting innocent people, much less sentencing innocent people to death.
Also known as capital punishment, death penalty is one of the most debated issues we face.
The issue that we ought to be paying attention to is who are these people who we execute in the U.S. I used to say that if you show me somebody on death row, I can tell you his biography. He's somebody who grew up in circumstances that most of the people in this room cannot remotely imagine.
Starting in the late 1800s, capital punishment has been a highly debated issue, with people worrying about many of the flaws it contains and the consequences if we don't have it. But with death penalty rates going higher, people are more divided than ever, each questioning and defending the moral, racial, and classist way of capital punishment. But the question remains, if these people are innocent, why are they being convicted?
Probably people who were represented at trial by horrible lawyers. If they didn't have horrible lawyers at their trial, then they were represented by lawyers who didn't have adequate resources and didn't have access to adequate resources. They may well be members of an ethnic minority, but they probably killed somebody who was white, because most people who get executed in Texas and most people who get executed in the U.S. killed somebody who's white, the U.S. 80% of the people who have been executed for killing a white person. That tells you everything you need to know about whether the death penalty regime is a racist regime.
It is known all too well that it is not necessarily the thought of somebody deserving or not deserving to die, but it is a question of if the government has the right to dictate that decision and if the way people are judged is fair. Are the poor more likely to be sentenced to death? Is the capital punishment system racist? And does killing a person violate the Eighth Amendment, which states, excessive bail shall not be required, nor excessive fines imposed, nor cruel and unusual punishments inflicted? This is a highly debated topic which we ask you, as the President of the United States, to seriously consider revising and looking over for 2013. From 1977 to 2001, over 1,188 people have been convicted and executed. 33 states allow death penalty. But since the reinstatement of the death penalty, 87 people have been freed due to the fact that they were later proven innocent. That is an error rate of 1 innocent person for every 7 people executed. Why are we taking this risk?
First of all, I'm not someone who believes the death penalty should be given to everyone who commits a murder. I think it should be reserved only for absolutely the worst murderers in our society, and that's the way I implemented it in Ventura County. And the reasons is that you need to punish. There needs to be retribution. An old law professor of mine told me once that if the public loses its interest in retribution for heinous crimes, that we will become a lawless society.
But some see retribution as a form of revenge. Are we willing to kill people who may be innocent for revenge?
So for 2013, please take a closer look at this serious matter. As many people do, we believe that one person shouldn't be sentenced to death just to convict 99 more.